Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Happy Wednesday, February 5th. The good news is that we made it. We made it through what appears to be the worst day in cryptocurrency history ever. The largest liquidations that we've ever seen, worse than C19, worse than FTX, worse than Terra Luna, and it appears that the worst is behind us, guys. Welcome in. Say what's up in the chat if you are joining us here live on X, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Rumble, on Kick, on Twitch. We're on every single streaming platform in the world, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I was on vacation. As you guys know, I didn't stream yesterday or the day before. Me and Ronnie didn't stream yesterday or the day before. I was on vacation, and it turned out to be me on my phone looking at the chart just like, oh, my God. ETH went from $3,500 to $2,400 in 2 days. Solana dropped about $60 in a couple days, guys. It was wild. Let's start off. This is a tweet that I posted when I saw the crypto markets crashing. Go ahead and pull this up. This was on February 2nd when things were starting to go bad. Oh, I got it right here. No worries. I said, been through many major corrections. Buy the dip if you can. If not, sit there and do nothing. Markets will recover stronger than ever. Survive and you will win. And this is why I always preach, guys, buying high conviction cryptocurrency projects, right, that you believe in. And here's the thing. Most meme coins are down 80%, 70% from all-time highs. I still am bullish. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm an idiot. I still am bullish. I still do believe that we're going to be recovering very, very strongly, especially in the meme coin space. But there's one thing that I'll never tell you to do, and that is leverage trade. I have another tweet here that talks about how many people were actually liquidated from the markets. And you can see this is from Charles Hoskinson. So first off, let me just talk about this, guys. So this was the liquidations. People were saying it was around $2 billion in liquidations. This is the actual Bybit CEO. And he said, I'm afraid that today real total liquidation is a lot more than $2 billion. By my estimation, it should be around at least $8 to $10 billion. Bybit had over $2.1 billion in 24-hour liquidations. And Charles Hoskinson put out a pretty good tweet this morning where he says, to give you a sense of how big the upcoming bull market is for crypto, we just observed a downturn that was larger than the collapse of Luna or FTX and C19, to put in that estimation, and have already nearly recovered. $710 billion in losses in 24 hours, guys. Think about that. $710 billion in losses. And over 740,000 traders were liquidated. So $8 billion in liquidations, $710 billion in total in losses, and over 740,000 traders were liquidated. That is why I always say, guys, leverage trading is not your friend. I get it. Some people win. Some people make a lot of money. But the crypto market is so small when you're talking about the size. We're right around $3 trillion. Think about BlackRock. BlackRock, a company in America, has over $12 trillion in assets they manage. It's so easily manipulated. That's why leverage trading is not your friend. Exchanges can manipulate it. Institutions can manipulate it. Even just people getting liquidated can manipulate it. So I think Rodney's here. Let's go ahead and bring him on. Rodney, how you doing, brother? Been a long time. How you doing?
Jake, what they say, the three L's that destroy men: ladies, liquor, and leverage. So stop leverage trading. People do it. You know, they want to make these crazy gains. And what really breaks my heart the most is when you see like your favorite meme coin get listed on a centralized exchange and like open for futures. You know what I mean? Like crazy shit like that. So just be careful out there, guys. Leverage is crazy, but I know you guys are DJs. You're going to want to do it. Some people are good at it. Most people are bad at it. But I'm doing fantastic out here still in the mountains on the West Coast. It was a snowy day last night. And pumped to get some cryptocurrency news and talk about the markets.
Yeah, man. I take one little break. You know, I go for a vacation, bro. And it was the most stressful vacation. I always say, like, step away. I was stressed, yeah.
Oh, why? Oh, because the market was like, first of all, the beard looks good on you, bro.
Thank you so much. I think it's just, thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun, but I was just, I mean, dude, whenever you see ETH, and let's just pull up what happened. So a lot of people might be looking at this. It's stressful. I still think the best thing you do is do nothing. But here we have Bitcoin recovering nicely, right? And we say nicely, $98,000 is nice compared to where we were at. But let's just take a look at what happened on Sunday, Roddy. So we went from $108,000 Bitcoin down to what, $92,000 Bitcoin, which is pretty crazy. But ETH took one of the worst hits from 30. Let's zoom in here a little bit. From 30 $400 ETH down below $2,400 in a matter of minutes. It was a pretty wild journey. Like I said, according to Charles Hoskinson and a lot of people, this was by far the worst day in cryptocurrency history. The good news, Rodney, is that we're seeming to recover today. Like I said, $98,000 Bitcoin. A lot of people are buying the dip, and we're starting to see meme coins recover as well. But the worst day, worse than FTX, worse than Luna, worse than C19. It just happened over the weekend, and a lot of us have survived.
Yeah, we kind of had a double whammy. The first one was, and obviously it all happened in one day, but the first one was the whole DeepSeek AI thing, whatever we recovered. And obviously the next thing were the tariffs, right? Trump's tariffs. Obviously Mexico and Canada folded like an omelet, folded like a lawn chair. We got what we wanted, kind of. And that was really, that's what really brought down the market, because obviously if those tariffs go in place, people think it's going to be bad for the economy and those sorts of things. So it was interesting to see us have the largest crash. And, if you would have asked me a month ago, like, hey, you think we would have a crash larger than FTX this cycle? I would say no. Because obviously, with all the catastrophes that happened, with every, like, a bunch of major big crypto companies crashing all at once, I wouldn't have guessed it. But yeah, man, I mean, we had a crazy day, but it's nice to see that we're recovering. And hopefully, as time goes on, we'll start to see the market absolutely send. Jake, this could be like that little dump we had in 2021 before we absolutely sent.
It could be. And I think that was always expected, right? We never said it was going to be a straight line to the top. And I see people in the comments saying, like, recovery, what are you talking about? We're talking about the recovery from the lows, right? We just said that we went down to a $2,300 ETH, back up to 2,800. Look at XRP. I don't know exactly what happened, but I was looking at the volume on Coinbase coming in for XRP. So XRP was trading at over $3. It dropped down, I think it was under $2, which is crazy. And now it's trading rate, it went all the way back up to 280, 250 today. I'm not necessarily talking about the price. I'm talking about the dollar that has come in. When we've seen so much volume pulled out of these top cryptocurrency projects. And then when you look at Coinbase and exchanges and you see the volume that's actually being used to purchase these other cryptocurrency projects, that's kind of the recovery that we're talking about. Not necessarily price, but volume and dollars going back into the projects. But it could be a little black swan event. There's never been a boring day in cryptocurrency. Let's talk about the tariffs. A lot of people were upset about the tariffs with Donald Trump, but Canada, first off, Mexico, they had one phone call. Now they're supplying agents at the border, that are going to be helping America. They're going to be, stopping the drugs coming in. Canada, Justin Trudeau, who I thought got fired and replaced. I don't know why the guy's still doing press conferences. He does this press conference saying that they're going to tax the U.S., 25% tariffs on the U.S. They're going to do all these things to the U.S. Within, 12 hours? They admit it. He puts out a tweet saying, hey, we're going to put hundreds of millions of dollars. We're going to have a fentanyl czar. We're going to put 10,000 borders, 10,000 agents at the border. So the tariffs were short-term bad for cryptocurrency, but Trump got what he wanted, and he got it very quickly.
Yeah, negotiating tactic. Obviously, people think of tariffs as like old tech, and it kind of is old tech, but I think that it will. So probably Trump was asking for more, but when you negotiate, you meet somewhere in the middle. And to ask for more border security, because that's one of the things he ran on. That was one of the most important issues for voters during this last election. To me, it's not unreasonable, right? We want to stop the flow of, and it's mostly fentanyl. We didn't say anything about cocaine, you know what I mean? So, the price of cocaine is going to skyrocket, by the way, guys. So you better get it while you can. But what I'm saying is, fentanyl, obviously people are mixing it in weird ways. It's like a thing that people use in hospitals, but people are getting overdosed on the street. It's killing a lot of people. So to me, asking for that, it doesn't seem absolutely insane, right? It seems like, hey, Trump wants to secure our borders and we want to stop the flow of fentanyl coming into the United States. And I think that's one of the things he ran on. And people see politicians actually following through what they ran on. It's like, oh my God, this guy's actually, delivering on his promises, which is crazy to me. But I guess that's what we've kind of known. That's what we kind of know in politics, is people saying one thing, doing another behind our backs, right?
Yeah, it's nice to have a president again. I was on a plane ride last night talking to the guy next to me. I'm like, isn't it nice to have a president? When that plane went down, it was weird we were having this conversation on a plane, but when that plane went down in Washington, terrible tragedy, right? So sad. But how nice was it to have a president come out and address the nation about what took place, right? Although a lot of people don't like what he said, because I think he did maybe blame the plane crash on DEI somehow. Who knows if there's some truth to that? He did. But isn't it nice to have a president again, that holds press conferences and is coherent and talking? You might not agree what he says with what he says, but obviously a very, very strong leader who's, I think, in his first 3 weeks done a lot of good for America. Not necessarily for crypto yet in the interim. But in the long run, I think he will be good for crypto because we saw some stuff that took place yesterday with David Sachs. We also saw and I think we'll probably cover this in the news today, but David Sachs having a press conference yesterday talking about potentially having a strategic Bitcoin reserve, how they're going to continue to build in America. And we also saw from the SEC, Hester Pierce say that the SEC is going to pull back their enforcement on cryptocurrency projects. So it seems like they're trying to do everything that they can to build here in America. And for me, Rodney, it's kind of crazy that a lot of people took this as bearish news. David Sachs coming out and saying, we're going to potentially have a strategic Bitcoin reserve. We're going to build crypto in America. I think that the crypto investors just want everything so quickly, but it's just not how it's done.
Jake, talk about Hester Pierce for a second, and then we'll get into David Sachs because those are both two important, topics. The whole thing with Hester Pierce, it's like, when people want enforcement in crypto, I think enforcement's not the issue. I think education is the issue. Because if you think about what crypto is, it's supposed to be decentralized, and people are calling for more regulation. And the reason why they're calling for more regulation is, celebrity tokens, random shit on Pump.fun, that are mostly quick pump and dumps, money grabs, and those sorts of things. But I think, if you're in DeFi and you understand that most of these meme coins or just tokens launching in general are quick scams or just an opportunity to make a quick buck and get in and get out while the getting is good, then you can kind of exist in the space without worrying about those things. But a lot of people are calling for more regulation. But if you think about what crypto is, it's supposed to be truly decentralized, like no central governing body. And a lot of people are saying, oh, no, we're not getting any more oversight in this. And I get it. But these guys are pretty much, to me, it's strange. I thought there would be way more enforcement in crypto this year, but it looks like there isn't going to be because that's not what people in crypto wanted. He's following through on his promises. We voted for him. He's putting people in place in the SEC that are probably going to ease up a little bit and try to like lessen the enforcement. And this is coming on a lot of different things, right? IRS and the USAID whole thing, which is a whole interesting topic. But I have that video pulled up, Jake, of David Sachs. If you want to pull that up real quick and we can list, it's a quick 30-second clip. So let me know when you get that pulled up and we'll go ahead and send it.
Yep, we're good to go.
Okay.
So one of the things that the president instructed us to do was to evaluate the idea for a Bitcoin reserve. And so that is one of the things, that's one of the first things we're going to look at as part of the internal working group in the administration. So as soon as we get all that set up, we're still waiting for some cabinet secretaries who are on the working group to get confirmed. So we're still in the very early stages of this, but that's one of the first things we're gonna look at is the feasibility of a Bitcoin reserve. I think the concept of the sovereign wealth fund is a little separate, and you'd have to talk to Secretary Lutnick, or soon to be Secretary Lutnick, about that.
Okay, so that's so people got what they wanted with the strategic Bitcoin reserve. You know what I mean? We're going to get it eventually, it looks like. They're looking into it at least, but they're easing up regulations and stuff. And people mixed emotions about it, and people are saying the scam season is back, but education. So if you just understand what's going on in this space and there's money to be made, but sometimes that timeline is only like a day, 24 hours, maybe even a couple hours, Jake, you're fine,
Yeah, it's crazy. It's going to take some time, right? It's a 4-year term that Donald Trump's signing up for. I think a lot of us want it right now. It is going to take some time. Long-term bullish, Rodney. What is your thoughts? I mean, like we just said, we had the single largest liquidation in cryptocurrency history on Sunday. The fact that we're still trading about around a $98,000 Bitcoin, it seems like the markets have recovered nicely. What are your thoughts? Are you still bullish on crypto this cycle? Are you still expecting a massive bull run in 2025? How are you feeling today?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is the calm before the storm. I think the shakeout before the breakout, shaking out the paper hands. Who knows? Like we viewed Trump's election, right? Him getting elected, president-elect, before we got sworn in, as like probably a buy the rumor, sell the news event because the markets went absolutely insane. We thought that maybe, there's some smart people in the space that are looking forward to, hey, post-election when all these like big things are being announced that he said he was going to do, maybe this is the time to sell. Now, obviously that like cascading event, like happened even crazier because of the whole, tariff situation, of course, the DeepSeek AI situation. I mean, but who really knows, right? Or like, is big money, smart money, are they looking forward to the future with Trump? And I think they are. Or were they just here to make a quick buck? And was this the top of the market, like a lot of people were thinking? I'm long-term bearish. I'm bullish on crypto. I think that there's some good, things that are going to happen to the space with regulation and just easing of pretty much most of the SEC and letting these big crypto companies like XRP and ISOs alike and Coinbase and Binance kind of just do their thing. I just think right now a lot of people are kind of uncertain with the whole what's going to happen with Trump and the economy and tariffs and interest rates and those sorts of things. And now we're back in a place where those things really affect us, economic news. And that's why it's so important to get out of your crypto bubble and see what the fuck is going on in regular ass, in the regular ass economic news.
I agree. I think that, I mean, look, Donald Trump, I feel like the stock market and now the crypto market are so closely tied to his ego, right? Like he takes it as a good scale. Like, hey, when I'm president, when I take over, is the economy better? The stock market, the crypto market's better than when I started. And I think that he's using these tariffs as really just a power strategy. I don't even know if he's really considering implementing these tariffs. But when you tell Canada, hey, 25%, I think that we're Canada's largest importer.
There are too,
Same thing with Mexico, right? And like they're not ours, right? Like we don't export majority of our stuff to Mexico and Canada. So they need us more than we need them. I really think that these tariffs are just a bargaining strategy to get what you want done. But like I said, I think that the stock market and the crypto market are so closely tied to his ego that he's okay with taking a short-term hit to get better things to take place for the country. Then in the long run, I do think that cryptocurrency and the stock market are going to end up where we want them to end up. But it has been a wild week. I mean, it's been a bumpy ride with Trump. We've had ups, we've had downs, but long term, I still am very, very bullish. I'm still bullish on meme coins as well. What's your take on the meme coin space? I'll pull it up in just a second, but meme coins down 50, 60, 70, 80% from all-time highs. I mean, can we expect a recovery from some of the top meme coins?
Yeah, so most major meme coins have a massive retracement. We're pretty used to that. And the reason why we like meme coins is because they're explosive on the way up, but they're also explosive on the way down. Now, remember, the last year, in my opinion, has the focus in crypto has mostly been on meme coins and Bitcoin, right? We still haven't got our altcoin run. We did get a little bit of an altcoin run, which pushed us to an all-time high as an overall cryptocurrency market cap, right? Bitcoin was doing big things and meme coins were sending, but we didn't get that all-time high until altcoins started to pump. Who knows? Maybe the attention on meme coins is going down, but I do think that meme coins are going to pump again. And if your favorite meme coin is in the top 10, I would just be looking forward to that, saying, yeah, Trump is down. Yeah, Pepe's down, but the market's moving as a whole. And I do think that when the market starts to pump again and we start to get them crazy green candles, meme coins will outpace the market just like they do when they dump. So super bullish on meme coins. I know a lot of people aren't right now, and a lot of people are, selling and those sorts of things. And there's a lot of doomer mentality out there, but I get it. I understand it. Meme coins they're volatile, man. They play with your emotions.
Meme coins are fucked. I'm obviously I make a lot of meme coin content. I'm heavily invested in meme coins, but the best thing you can do is just to sit in your hands and not do anything if you believe in them. Now, some meme coins won't make a recovery. If you're buying some fucking random ass meme coin that launched 2 days ago, there's a chance it doesn't recover. But these ones that have been around for a year plus in the top 10 that have already survived 80% pullbacks. I mean, remember what happened with Brad on Base? It ran up to a $1.6 billion market cap, came all the way down to a $200 million market cap, and then pumped to a $2.5 billion plus market cap. It's just what happens in the meme coin space. It's kind of unforgiving. The best thing you can do is kind of sit in your hands and do nothing. There's a chance it goes to zero. You might lose out, but if it is a good meme coin with a good team and a good project and a good community, strong narrative, it should make a recovery. How about Must Stop Murad?
Yeah.
Didn't sell $1 during that downturn. He lost, I think, he lost $20 million in his net worth. Didn't pull out a penny. Talk about conviction. You think that your portfolio is down bad, guys? The guy's portfolio was down $20+ million in a day, and he didn't consider selling $1. How crazy is that? I mean, that guy has absolute conviction. I'm going to pull up some of his tweets here, but that guy has conviction.
Oh yeah. I mean, Murad. I mean, the crazy thing is that I think Zach XBT didn't do him any favors with doxing his wallets, because I do think it would be smart to pull some profits. But now that everybody looks at him as an icon, everybody kind of follows him, and if he starts selling, it would imply, even though I don't think it's a big deal, but most people would think that it's hey, he's giving up on this meme coin. But I do think that when you look at his influence, how much engagement he gets, I think it's almost better for him to just do what he's doing. I know he doesn't do promos and stuff like that, but I think that he's probably thinking big picture, and selling these meme coins even for a few $1 million in his mind probably isn't the best route to go. But yeah, dude, conviction, right? Conviction. Yeah.
Ridiculous. I mean, dude, I bought SPX. One of the reasons was because of him. And even while it's down a lot, SPX got a listing on Uphold, which is a big cryptocurrency exchange. And then also we saw one for Revolut as well. So SPX listed on those. But Yeah, I mean, his conviction has been shocking him. I mean, I didn't consider selling my SPX at all, but the fact that he's been holding strong diamond hands makes me feel even better. So it was a wild weekend. We've been through many. We didn't expect it to be a straight rise, just right to the top. We knew that there was going to be some ups and downs. We didn't really expect. I mean, you did expect some sort of a violent retracement. That's what I would call this, a violent retracement. When you go from $65,000 to $108,000, we've been saying it for a long time. You expect to see some sort of retracement. I didn't expect it to happen this soon, this quickly after Donald Trump was elected. I did expect it to happen at some point. And all you have to do is survive. But that's why I do have to preach. Leverage trading is not where you want to be. I know friends that lost millions of dollars leverage trading. They're wiped out of the market. I don't know if they're going to be coming back. Whereas they were just betting on, the price of ETH to reach a certain metric. And, after the DeepSeek stuff happened, everything was looking so bullish, right? You probably want to long Ethereum and long the cryptocurrency markets. And then this happens. And it's just so easily manipulated. But that's why the best thing you can do is really just buy high conviction plays, Rodney. Hold spot, right? Which is just buying and selling, and not try to time the markets, not try to bet on what's going to go up and what's going to go down. Because like I said, a $3 trillion market cap size is easily manipulated. I mean, what's BlackRock? 12 trillion? So exchanges, institutions can easily manipulate this. And I think that's probably what we saw at this level.
Yeah, I think so too. And when you look at some of these meme coin plays, like to hold long term, because we've always talked about how sometimes when you're down, it's better to cut your losses. There's been plenty of plays where you put $1,000 in, maybe it's worth 100. Well, 100 is better than nothing, right? But you look at some of these top meme coins that are getting listed on Uphold and doing things and still marketing and still posting and still being involved. Like those are the kind of meme coins I like to buy and think long term, because I feel like that they're going to move with the market. I mean, who knows? We're not fortune tellers. Meme coins are crazy. Crypto's crazy in general. We've seen massive crypto projects dump and they're literally not here anymore, and people are suing and those sorts of things. FTX, Terra Luna, Celsius, Voyager. But you look for the projects that are still kind of thugging it out, even though market conditions aren't the best.
That's it. That's exactly what I would say. One thing here, and then we'll get into some cryptocurrency news. Pull this up. All coins will recover. Meme coins will recover. Crypto will recover. Have patience, my friends. All-time highs are coming. They are still coming. All-time highs are still coming. It's hard to see it. Like, crypto's so funny, like when we're dipping like this. Oh yeah, it's so hard to see the future, right? Like it's so hard to see a Bitcoin at 150K and everything going well. But when we do get to those levels, it's so easy. Like, of course, why did I not buy more? You're going to be kicking yourself for not buying more. So I'm buying more of my favorite meme coins today, because anytime that I don't want to, that's where I need to put more money in. Anytime that I feel like I'm a genius for buying this cryptocurrency project, that's when I need to be taking profits. So today's a day that I'm like, fuck, I do not want to buy some of these. But a lot of these meme coins, Rodney, are at an extreme discount. Go ahead and pull this up one more time. A lot of these meme coins here are at an extreme discount. I mean, the Trump token, it ran up to over a $4 billion market cap today. It was so funny. Meme coins were dumping and Trump was pumping. It was up like 12% when I woke up this morning. But Bonk at a $1.3 billion. Dog with Hat ran over a $5 billion market cap.
Oh, we know why. Because that whole market, this fear thing that was supposed to happen with Ansem, and they confirmed that it's not happening. So that's crazy.
Where are my funds? I think they're going to refund everybody. How about Melania, the one that ruined us all? Still over an $800 million market cap.
Yeah.
Pudgy Penguins. How about everybody? Remember, we were like, we were talking on stream. Should we buy this at $3 billion? Is it going to keep going up?
Yeah, well, one of the big things we were like, you know what? It's still new to the top 10 meme coins. Let's hold off. That's one thing I thought about with Pudgy Penguins.
SPX is one that it's still a top 100 cryptocurrency project, one that I'm very, very bullish on. 700 million. Bread on base, $546 million market cap. Still one that I'm bullish on. Even Giga ran up to like 700 million.
Yeah.
It's now at 375. Toshi, after their Coinbase listing. Mogcoin, another one that I love, 347 million. I put out a tweet the other day, and I'll let you know when I'm right or wrong, and I think I'm right long term. I put out a tweet the other day saying, Mogcoin below a $700 million market cap is a blessing.
Yeah, I mean, hit it, 1.1 billion or something? So
yeah, but cut down to 347 million. It's just part of the game. I mean, it's just one of those things. And every time if I tweet about a project, I am invested as well. So we are down, not even down, but we're feeling, the pain, but that's why you just have to hold on for dear life, Roddy. We got into Pepe at 100 million.
Not bad, right?
We wrote it up to 1.6 billion. We wrote it down at 200 million. We wrote it up to, it's like, it's a roller coaster, but yeah, the meme coin space is unforgiving. Honestly, the crypto space is as well, but
It's brutal.
It's wild. Let's ask the chat, guys. How we feeling today?
How we doing? Yeah.
Let's check in with the chat. We got
man.
Charles here. We got Kayla. Lofi on Sui still pushing. Lofi's been doing very, very good.
Yeah, Lofi's looking
Dave
good.
Rhodes
Shout out
gone
to Kayla.
all in on XRP. XRP is probably, Rodney, the best hold of the cycle. There's only 3 tokens today that are trading above their 2021 all-time highs. XRP is one. Tron is one. And that's a pretty good sign of just how bullish XRP is for this cycle. And usually it's the opposite, right? Everything else is pumping. XRP is still trading downwards. XRP looking very, very strong this cycle.
Absolutely, yeah. I like XRP. I like a lot of these top altcoins. With meme coins, they're kind of crazy, but I think that even though they can be less explosive in theory, I think that betting on top altcoins is going to be great. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. We have 5,000 plus people here on X.
Cheer up, chat. What are we doing? Cheer up, guys. The markets may seem down, but I think you're in and you're still early, right? You're still in the right spaces at the right time. So just cheer up, man. Things are going to get better.
They will. And this is coming from someone that was on vacation, depressed as fuck this weekend. I was like, because I bet big on meme coins, so it is tough. It is tough. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, like, it's perfect. Like, it is tough when you buy a bunch of meme coins, because a lot of people on here don't even own altcoins, right? They buy meme coins, they hold meme coins. I'm in the same boat. That's why I always think it's got to be like, that's why I've always said it's like 80-20%. 80% in altcoins, 20% in meme coins. Because I've talked to some of my friends who are only in altcoins, and they're like, what are you talking about? What even happened? Because they missed ETH going from 3,400 to 2,400 because it kind of happened overnight. Yeah. So realistically, it's like if you are in meme coins, it's a little bit rougher, but that's the risk that you take, right? If you want to, like, are you in crypto to 2 or 3x? Buy ETH, right? Buy SOL. Are you in crypto to 10, 20, 30x? That's why you buy meme coins. Well, if you want a 10, 20, 30x on the way up, you have to expect a 10, 20, 30x on the way down. So it's a game we play. I agree. We will recover. And people just got to chill and not be so emotional.
Yeah.
It's 100% the truth. You have to take your emotions out of it if you want to invest in the big leagues, and crypto is the big leagues.
Send us some more videos, Rodney. Yeah, man.
That shit was hard, bro. You've come a long way in a year.
Crazy, right? Yeah, and I'm gonna start doing. I'm going to first of all, it's snowing like crazy, but I'm gonna start practicing like 180s and stuff today. I'm starting to get better, But let's get into some cryptocurrency news because a lot of people, there's a lot of shit happening. Let me know, is my screen pulled up? I think it is, right?
Yep.
So SEC is scaling back crypto enforcement unit, Jake. So check this out. The Securities and Exchange Commission is moving to scale back the special unit of more than 50 lawyers and staff members that have been dedicated to bringing crypto enforcement actions, 5 people with knowledge of the matter said. The movement is one of the first concrete steps by President Trump and his administration to pull back on the regulation of cryptocurrencies and other digital assets. One of Mr. Trump's first executive orders was aimed at promoting the growth of crypto and, quote, eliminating regulatory overreach on digital assets. Some of the lawyers in the crypto unit are being assigned to other departments in the SEC, other people said. One of the unit's top lawyers was moved out of the enforcement division. Some of the people briefed on the shakeup described the move as an unfair demotion. And this is one of the bigger ones right here. So breaking, SEC reassigns head of litigation and top crypto litigator Jorge Tenerero to the IT department. So Jorge got moved from litigation to the IT department, changing out printer ink, maybe, but that's interesting, right? So he is really following through on a lot of his promises. Jake, a lot of people see this as a free for all, not safe, those sorts of things. I want to know what you think about this situation. What do you think this is good for the crypto space? Do you think this is bad? What do you think?
I think it's good. I think it's promises made, promises kept, right? We can all agree. And look, Gary Gensler, when he was in, it was a little bit too much, right? Too much regulation. They went after every single company, every single exchange, every single person in the crypto space. And after he left, what happens? Donald Trump launches a meme coin, right? It's like, it kind of went like reverse 180. But I think that what everybody wants in the crypto space is you want some sort of just clarity, right? That's what it comes down to. Some sort of clarity. What's okay? What's not okay? I think that Hester Pierce put out a statement saying, and I think we'll cover it, how, if you invest in a cryptocurrency project and it goes down, you are taking a risk, and they're not necessarily going to go after people just because you invest in a project that goes down, right? If it's almost meant to be a joke, which a lot of meme coins are, they're not true investments. They're not delivering any roadmap. These are just gambles. It's kind of like playing the lottery. So ultimately, I think what Donald Trump is doing is good. And I think that this is a step in the right direction. I think that we're moving in the right direction slowly in the crypto space. People wanted, and I think that we're almost spoiled. People wanted it now. People wanted strategic reserves now. Gary Gensler out now because he almost did run on certain things like that. But these things take time, especially when it comes to Congress, Senate, the House. And I think we're slowly moving in the right direction. I don't even want to say slowly. I think we're moving in the right direction at a pretty good pace. These things are going to take time.
Yeah, absolutely, Jake. If you want to pull up my screen here, this is the one of the. I mean, Hester Pierce made a huge statement, but I love this right here. So check this out. Spinning up coins and tokens is easy. If people want to buy a token or product that lacks a clear long-term value proposition, they should feel free to not but not be surprised if someday the price drops. In this country, people generally have the right to make decisions for themselves. But the counterpart to that wonderful American liberty is the equally wonderful American expectation that people must decide for themselves, not to look to mama government to tell them what to do or not to do, nor to bail them out when they do something that turns out badly.
I like that.
Yeah, and I think that's great because I've always thought that, education is important because there's a lot of new people in the space and people prey on those new people. I get that. But at the same time, you have to know that you're gambling. You have to know that you see these videos of people making millions of dollars overnight, which happens in the space, but it's very, 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 very rare. It's the exception, not the rule. You have to take some of that, of the responsibility on yourself and not get mad and say, oh, this person rugged me. Oh my God. It's like, you got to take that, responsibility on yourself. Now, some people would say that as like bad and they should be protecting investors, but if you want to be in crypto and DeFi, you have to understand that a lot of responsibility has to be on you.
I agree with that 100%. Like, let's say I want to go, let's say I have $100,000 to my name and I want to go to the casino right here at the Hard Rock or wherever, like go to Vegas with $100,000. No one's going to stop me and say, hey, this is $100,000. Be careful. You could lose, right? You know the risk when you're going to do it. The same should be for cryptocurrency. When you invest in cryptocurrency, if you have $100,000, I mean, why should you get bailed out for the government? Why should people get in trouble if you invest at $100,000? It's gambling. It's high risk gambling. That's how I always feel about it. Me putting money in to the cryptocurrency markets, especially the meme coin space, is no different than me going to play roulette, right? It's not guaranteed that you're going to win. If I wanted a safe bet, I'll put it into high yield bonds, right? I'll put it into the Fortune 500 companies, but investing in the meme coin space is a risk, and everyone should know that risk before they invest.
Yeah, when we go to the casino, we know the cards are stacked again. We know there's a small percentage of us coming out being in the positive, right? We know that gambling is high, and we do it. We do it because people love it. It's an American pastime and those sorts of things. But with crypto, I think a lot of people act all brand new, like, oh my God, you know what I mean? It's like it's the same thing. And I actually like my chances better in crypto sometimes instead of gambling. But I thought that was pretty interesting.
I think it's interesting, and I think it's the right way to handle the meme coin space. It's a risk. It's a gamble. You are putting the money in. No one's forcing you to buy some meme coin. You're putting the money in. You should understand the risk, and you shouldn't complain if it goes down because you're sure as hell not going to complain when it goes up.
Absolutely. I agree. And if you want to pull up my screen here, I thought this was interesting. So obviously we know about this happening, but we have a little picture of it. So Trump's administration plans to regulate stablecoins and bring the market onshore, focusing on US dollar-backed digital assets, says crypto czar David Sachs. So I thought that was interesting, Jake, because one of the things that we noticed during the bear market was over the last 4 years in general, we had a lot of big companies, maybe smart minds, starting to do their things offshore, which, when things are offshore, things can get a little tricky out there, right? They can do a lot of things they can't do in the United States. And if we want to be the leader in crypto, we have to bring, these people, these minds, these crypto companies on shore. So when it comes to like tax reliefs and those sorts of things, Jake, we've heard about eliminating taxes for maybe American crypto companies. What do you think about us bringing back, companies and just people back on shore?
I think it should happen. I mean, most of the biggest scams I think that have happened in the past 10 plus years or whatever in the crypto space have been offshore, right? The biggest fraud was in Bahamas, right? So at least if they're onshore, you can kind of oversee them a little bit more, right? And make sure that they're not doing bad things. And I think it's good for the economy. So I like what they're doing with the stablecoin market. I think it's going to be good to kind of make the dollar the superpower. not only in the world, but also digitally. And I think you give incentives, right? That's what happened in Silicon Valley back in the 2000s. You gave people tax incentives to, hey, come to America, build here, be with other like-minded people, and grow an economy here. And look how well that turned out for America, right? Google, Facebook, Apple, all these behemoths here in America. I think we can have the same thing in the crypto space, but I like it. Bring people on shore, make sure they're doing it the right way, and don't scare them. Don't push them away like we were doing last year, but welcome them into America. I think is important.
Yeah, another pro crypto piece of news, and then I agree, Jake. Another pro crypto piece of news. Check this out. So the FDIC releases 175 documents revealing its resistance to banks, crypto initiatives, and hints at a revised supervisory approach. Now, we all knew that back in 2000, I think 2022 mostly, a lot of people were getting debanked pretty much, right? A lot of exchanges. I remember Chase had this weird thing where you couldn't buy crypto with credit cards. I think it was mostly overseas, but they say this. Looking forward, we are actively reevaluating our supervisory approach to crypto-related activities. This includes replacing financial institutions' letters and providing a pathway for institutions to engage in crypto and blockchain-related activities while still adhering to safety and soundness principles. The FDIC also looks forward to engaging with the president's working group on digital asset markets established by the president. Jake, if you would have told me all this positive news would come out in like 2 weeks, I would say you're crazy. If you had told me last year this time, like, hey, Trump's going to get elected, one, and two, during the first few weeks of his presidency, we're going to get all these pro crypto things happening, I would have told you you're crazy. And we see a lot of people just jumping on the Trump train saying, hey, man, if you want this, we're going to make it happen. But it's nice to see these old institutions, obviously banks, right, working with the president for a path forward to, work with digital assets.
It's beautiful. And the FDIC, they were like a governing body that, they didn't do too much harm compared to the SEC and other enforcement agencies, but it's nice to see them coming around. And it seems like everyone in the government right now is working together to build cryptocurrency here in America. They see it as the future. They see the potential in it, and they want it to do good. So I think it's nice to see everybody come around, including David Sachs, we had the, people from the Senate, people from the House, people from the Treasury, a bunch of secretaries talking about cryptocurrency and how we can build in America. So you're right. I think people need to zoom out. There's been so much bullish news in the past 3 weeks. I think a lot of people got kind of thrown off their rockers when the Trump meme coin launched. It sucked so much liquidity from all these other meme coins that caused them to crash a little bit. And then Melania launched, and I think people were a little bit thrown off. The meme coin space has been shaken up a little bit. But in the grand scheme of things, I think that good things are happening for cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I agree. Now, here's an interesting topic, and I want to know the chat. I'm going to ask Jake for his opinion, but we want to know the chat. We want to talk to you guys a little bit about what do you think about this? So check this out. So Pump.fun surpassed the Circle issuer of USDC in 24-hour revenue. And we saw last week, Pump.fun was dominating everybody. Jake, Pump.fun, net positive or net negative for this space? I know they got rid of the video streaming, which I think was fucking fantastic because we saw a lot of crazy shit, But Pump.fun, it's still around. It's still dominating. It's only been around for about a year or so. Is it good for the space? Should we just be okay with Pump.fun being here now that, things are different in the crypto space? It seems like it's kind of in line with what's been going on, right? Hey, you can launch all these tokens. What do you think, Jake? Because I know we had a different opinion about it, a couple months ago. What are your thoughts on Pump.fun's dominance?
I don't know, man. At this point, it is a free market. It is. And I think that people should be able to do whatever they want and buy whatever they want. But can it really be that good for crypto, right? Can it really be that good where anyone can launch? There's millions of meme coins almost being launched every single day. So can it be good? I don't know if it's beneficial, right? I know that all these new meme coins, I think that a lot of people are pretty fucked right now, especially after the Trump launch, because they're just looking for the next Trump. They saw people make tens of millions of dollars and they're just searching for that. And we've seen a lot recently, right? The Jelly launch, from $0 to $250 million overnight and then straight back down. So can Pump.fun be good for crypto? I don't want to say it's a net negative, right? I don't want to say it's a negative, but it's definitely not a positive. It's not a positive that there's all these new meme coins launching every single second and people are just on Pump.fun trying to ape money in to these new meme coins when there's already good meme coins out there that have, have built a roadmap, have a community, have a strong narrative, and people are just looking for the next 1000X to come out on Pump.fun. So it can't be great for crypto, but I don't want to say right now that it's terrible for crypto.
Yeah, I agree. And let's talk to the chat. Zane says, so when are we going to answer questions and talk to us for a bit other than just chat GPT talk? Well, that's why we're here, Zane. Welcome to the stream. So P says Pump.fun is not good for crypto. Moonship says 80,000 new tokens launched per day on Sol alone, which is, I mean, we know that, but to see that number out there is crazy.
That's
right?
crazy. 80,000 new tokens.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro.
Maybe, Jake, we just label it as it's a gambling site. Maybe if we just did that, because I mean, let me tell you something. I cannot watch football on Sunday without 50 million sports betting websites throwing out my face. I mean, we have DraftKings and many others, right? I mean, I don't think gambling even like sports betting is not even legal in all 50 states. It's like we should label that the same exact way. Like it's gambling, and it should be known for just gambling. There's nothing. It's a gambling website. It's not where you're going to make a bunch of money. It's where you're probably going to lose your money, but there should be some sort of disclaimer, right?
It's just, I mean, dude, they're making money. Whoever that dev is the founder is making a lot of money. I think, what was it? I think like $500 million, $50 million. The guy's making a lot of money. I don't spend too much time on Pump.fun. I've spent the last month in the trenches, and I've retired from the trenches. I don't need to be in the trenches. You're going to lose in the trenches, most likely. There's a good chance that you can make money. But realistically, it's I think that just people in general need a more sound approach to investing. I've changed up my strategy a little bit. After that Trump launch, I was like, oh shit. What if Joe Rogan? What if Dana White? What if the UFC? Blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, most people are going to get absolutely wrecked in the trenches. There's too many scams. There's too many people that hold too much supply. It's not the place that's going to be long-term to make money, in my opinion.
Yeah, true. But Purple Bitcoiner makes a fantastic, he made a fantastic comment. You can't be a libertarian about crypto and say regulate Pump.fun. And I think that's true in all crypto. You can't say you're truly here for decentralization if you want a regulatory body govern. I just think there should be disclaimers, right? Hey, we know you're going here to gamble. Jake, how many of our friends, when we watch UFC fights or football or whatever, on college football, they're betting. They're all betting, and how many of them actually win? Not a lot.
All of them bet. Everyone loves to bet, dude. It's in our nature. So Pump.fun, you're right. It's just a gambling website. You probably will lose, but it's not a net negative. It's just if you don't like it and you're losing money, don't go on there. I don't go on there. I don't go on Pump.fun.
We have some SPX guys coming in and saying, stop trading and start believing in something. Are we both believers? We're believers in strong communities for sure.
I am. Yeah, I hold SPX. That's why we should all stop trading DCA. That's why we should all stop trading DCA into SPX and start believing, right? It's stress-free and good discount now. I agree. I mean, I've been buying into SPX. I've been believing. I'm holding long-term. And it's actually one of those tokens that I haven't really thought about even selling. I sleep well at night holding my SPX, even though it's down a little bit from where I bought in. And I think a lot of that's just the community. And you join some of their spaces. You see Murad's conviction. You see the community's conviction. It will recover. Most meme coins take a hard hit. Like you said, I mean, SPX is down a little bit. They got an Uphold listing. They got a Revolut listing. While all the madness is happening, they're still building. So, yes, I am a believer and not trading SPX. Still holding very, very strongly. This is another interesting one. MLG. You saw MLG pumped to an all-time high over a $200+ million market cap. Wow. I think it was 220. FaZe Banks, the LA Vape Cabal, they all went on a stream with Aiden Ross, and he bought MLG and Trump live on stream to 60,000 people. It was pretty cool. Obviously, a big buy the rumor, sell the news event when Aiden Ross buys something on stream. But I still like MLG. I think it's going to be a good project. And, I hold a large amount of MLG. I knew it was going to be the right buy the rumor, sell the news event. I didn't even consider selling. I'm like, look, this is going to go up. It's going to go down. But long term, I think Aiden Ross going on a stream in front of 60,000 with FaZe Banks and all those guys talking about MLG and Trump is good for the project long term.
Yeah, I see some comments saying stop trading and start believing in something. But here's the thing. Thank you very much. It's okay to do both. I have meme coins that I like to buy and hold and never worry about. But I'm a degen. We're degens, bro. We text each other all the time. Jake and I are degens, bro. We are like you guys. And that's why we can talk about these sort of things, because we're not some of these people that don't put their money where their mouth is. We're in the trenches. But we don't like to post about every single thing we're buying because we know how dangerous it is. And if we did, and I know a lot of you guys want to hear those plays, we get wrecked 80% of the time, right? But no one wants to hear about the losers. Everybody wants to hear about the winners. So we're not going to tell you every single thing we're trading because we know that you're going to get wrecked, and we don't want to put that. We don't want to do that to you guys. But we're definitely believers in some large market cap cryptos, just like SPX. We love SPX, and that's a crypto that I can buy and hold and not have to worry about. But I love being in the trenches on Pump.fun and buying random shit. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah. SPX, Giga, Brett, Trump, Pepe, Doge. I think that all these are going to make a nice recovery here, Rodney. I think we're going to see. Can we hear your top 10 coins though?
Ooh.
I mean, it depends. It depends. Yeah. I mean, look, in altcoin, like Bitcoin, number one, Solana, Ethereum, XRP, all very good, right? When it comes to meme coins, like we just mentioned, Pepe, Brett, SPX, Giga, Trump, like all tokens that we believe in. MOG is another good one. UFD, we had the developer on stream on Friday, another good one. I think that all of these are going to make a strong recovery. Now, there are meme coins, Rodney, where you have to know when to get in and when to get out.
Yeah, exactly. And the part of that, guys, is you have to be online. Like, literally, you cannot buy a meme coin on Pump.fun and go to work and not pay attention to it. Because by the time you have come back from your work, it probably 1000x and then rugged by the time you got back. So you have to be like literally in the trenches. You got to be there. And that's part of the game. Like, if you're not in the trenches, you're not on X, you're not on your phone all fucking day, you're probably going to get wrecked. And a lot of people just don't have the time to do it. Even we don't have the time to do that sometimes, Yeah,
that's why it's better just to find good projects like the SPX guys are saying, believe in something and hold. It's probably better for your mental health. But yeah, I'm still bullish on meme coins long term. I think that we're going to see a nice recovery here once the markets recover. People were saying the markets are dipping. Let's take a look at how it's looking this morning. And I mean, not really. 97,727, $2,700 ETH, 244. We're pulling back a little bit. Solana is down below $200. So we are pulling back a little bit. But like I said, I don't think it's a lot about nothing. We kind of, in my opinion, bottom out, even squeeze at 340. In my opinion, there's some good discounts. Now, when I put my money into the markets today, I didn't put everything in at once, right? I didn't put all of my eggs in today because in case we do have more blood. But Rodney, there's never been, in my opinion, a better time to purchase cryptocurrency this cycle. I mean, this was a dip that a lot of us were waiting for. And we finally had a nice dip. I mean, we were going up only since November, right? 64,000 to 108,000. So we had a pullback. But the fact that we're at $97,000 Bitcoin, Rodney, and people are panicking. Like, yeah, what is going on?
Crazy. If you would have told me we'd be at a $98,000 Bitcoin a year ago, I'd be like, shut the fuck up. No way. It wouldn't even be the top of the cycle. So 1,000% agree, Jake. I mean, Ethereum's one thing though. Ethereum is, to me, it's like, all right, let's go, because we just know like crypto's an early, it's early technology, right? And Jake, what were the juggernauts in the early internet days? Yahoo, and then MySpace, and all these companies that we have never heard about. So I don't want Ethereum to be one of those. I don't want it to be like, oh, you were the MySpace, and now Facebook is Solana. Solana is the Facebook, where it actually beat out Ethereum. Because a lot of people are heavy on ETH. And the bull case, in my opinion, for ETH is that it's so scalable. It doesn't have these outages, but it's so goddamn expensive and slow sometimes. And not everybody wants to use layer 2s like Base or Polygon. Like, people just want, ETH to be better. But when you hear about the developers selling for whatever, when you hear about ICO people selling, it makes you just not feel good.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine a world where ETH is not the number one blockchain, but you put a good example out there. It's like there was a time that MySpace was number one, and the space evolves. Now, I'm still bullish on ETH. I still am hopeful for it. But yeah, the fact that ETH, dipped down to $2,400, which is 50% below its all-time high back in 2021, in a bull run when Bitcoin's still above 100,000, is a little bit concerning for ETH. Does it make a recovery? I still think so. Go ahead and pull this up if you can. Let's take a look at the all-time for ETH. I mean, it's still looking very hopeful.
Yeah.
But obviously, as an ETH holder, a little bit more concerning and a little bit, more concerned than how we felt back in 2021. But look at this. I mean, 2021, it went up to $3,900, dipped down below 2,000, and then straight to all-time highs. Is that kind of what we just saw today? A 4,000 plus ETH, dipped down to 2,700 at all-time highs. I would lean on the side of yes, but like I said, only time will tell when it comes to tokens like Ethereum. But I would lead to the side of yes. I still am bullish on ETH. I still think all-time highs are coming. I've kind of pulled back my all-time high price prediction. Back in 2022, 2023, I was saying, hey, we had a $5,000 ETH last cycle. There's no doubt that we'll get 8,000 to 10,000, right? But since we've seen so much volume going to other chains like SWI, Solana, HBAR, XRP, if we hit 6,500, I'll be very happy with Ethereum.
Yeah, guys, and just so you know, sometimes we change our predictions, but remember, like anything in life, it is okay to change your opinion based on new evidence. Like if you thought you had a faithful woman and you come home and she's blowing your best friend, it's okay to change your opinion on your girlfriend now that you saw her blowing your best friend. But
yes.
Coach put a good shout out to Brandon. We need a Brandon cam back. He put a good a comment in the private chat here. If you want to pull up my screen here. So Eric Trump says, in his opinion, it's a great time to add ETH. You can thank me later. Now, if you go down to the versions, he did change it, but World Liberty Finance has been buying a lot of Ethereum. So does Trump's son, know something that we don't know about the future of Ethereum?
Is he just pumping his bags like the rest of us? That's kind of what it felt like. He literally they literally bought.
Are these guys just getting us?
Bro, I don't know. They bought, hundreds of millions of dollars of ETH. It dropped down to $2,400, and he tweets, "Now's a good time to buy ETH." And he literally saw his net worth rise by over $100 million. And this was like right after they transferred it to Coinbase or something like that. But regardless, the fact that the president's son is tweeting about it is good, is very, very good. And I still am long-term bullish on ETH. It's like I said, it's hard to imagine a world where it's not the top layer one blockchain this cycle. Does that mean it will be the top layer one blockchain forever? No, but this cycle for sure. And I still think that it will have a strong 2025. Like I said, with all cryptocurrency projects, even the meme coins that we're talking about, it's hard to be bullish when the prices are down so much, right? It's hard to be bullish on a $2,700 ETH when Bitcoin is right around $100,000 and ETH had an all-time high over $4,900 last cycle. It's hard to be bullish when it's not even halfway to its all-time high. But if ETH doesn't hit an all-time high this cycle, it is definitely dead moving forward.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. And Peace, thank you for the love. Peace says, good analogy, Rodney. And then Steve Canadian says, but if you just believe in your girlfriend, just hold until the whole phase is over. That's how you win. I love that.
That's a good analogy too. That's what a lot of people are going through.
Okay, so this is going to stir up a lot of ruckus in the chats, Jake, but I want your opinion on it because I did see murmurings of this on the internet. So we did see that FTX repayments coming in 2 weeks. Now, this used to be like a bearish thing, like the Solana's unlocking. I think it's not bearish. But what I did see maybe last week, and I know we didn't, I think there was a couple of days we missed, but some people were saying that, hey, why doesn't, Donald Trump, commute Sam Bankman-Fried's sentence? Now, I know this is a dumb question, chat. Do you want to see Sam Bankman-Fried get the Ross Ulbricht treatment?
No, just two different, one guy was arrested for creating a website, right, where things happened on, but he really just created code. The other guy, knowingly stole billions of dollars, I think $8 billion, and used their funds. So, no, just because Donald Trump commutes Ross Ulbricht, I don't think Sam Bankman-Fried should be pardoned whatsoever. And this could be a bullish thing that we just had up with the FTX repayments, right? Because people who were expecting no money back are going to get a check. It's almost free money, depending on how much money they get back. And we saw this happen in the past. I think it was in December of last year. But this should be bullish. Will people take that money to put it in the crypto markets? Will they cash it out, buy a car, buy a house? We don't know how much they're getting, but this should be bullish for crypto. I don't see it hurting. I don't think people are going to sell their crypto because they got a check. So it should be bullish for cryptocurrency in the long run.
Yeah, I think so too. Shout out to the chat. Even on a red day, we almost have 10,000 people in here, guys. If you guys could just repost the stream, get some friends in here. But yeah, I agree with you, Jake. Why are we letting this guy free? But then we have a comment by Moonship says that SBF wasn't the mastermind behind FTX, but I think he was. I think he knew everything, right?
Yeah, he did. They knew what they were doing. There's no way that they didn't. And he shouldn't be commuted. But at the end of the day, these repayments, but how crazy what happened in the past 24 hours, Ronnie, or past 48 hours? It happened on Sunday. What is it, Wednesday?
Yeah.
It was the worst day in crypto history. Worse than FTX, worse than Terra Luna, worse than what happened with C19. How crazy is that? How about, dude, 774?
You can say COVID now. You can say it now.
I know we're on YouTube and shit. 774,000 traders got liquidated.
Yeah.
Bro, I know people that got liquidated for millions of dollars leverage trading. How do you even come back from that? You know, if your meme coins, if your ETH is down, 10%, your Solana's down 20%, it doesn't matter. If your meme coin is down 50%, it doesn't matter. You could sell at a loss if you need to, but if you believe it's going to come back, you can hold. If you get liquidated, Rodney, you're out of the game. You are out of the game.
Yeah, you're out
not
of the
coming
game.
back.
I mean, some people have the money to come back. They trade like that, but a lot of people go all in. I mean, we saw this a lot with GameStop back in the day. I mean, there were videos of people just getting absolutely fucking wrecked. I mean, some people making some good money, but mostly absolutely wrecked. Jake, I feel like we saw this with a few crypto people. Michael Saylor, featured on Forbes. We know that happened with Sam Bankman-Fried. Thoughts?
Right away.
Thoughts?
It wasn't even a day. It wasn't even a day after this was released that we fucking got liquidated. So I don't like it. He looks actually pretty fucking angry in that picture.
Yeah.
Like, why you look so angry? You're a billionaire, bro.
Yeah, there's a better one that I posted on Instagram.
I saw it.
Yeah, Forbes is yeah, that's interesting, right?
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, it's but I think also I was going to comment on that, and I think it's a natural progression because, like, I mean, they're highlighting these people in a bull run. What happens after a bull run every cycle is it crashes. Like, they're not going to put CZ Binance on the cover at the Pico bottom at a 15K Bitcoin, right? They wait till 69K. Same thing with SBF. Same thing with Michael Saylor. So I think that the chart is inevitable. Like, you do crash. But I don't think that the bull run's over yet. I don't even think it's getting started. I'm still hopeful. Either we're going to be very wealthy this cycle, chat, or we're going to be very broke. But guess what? We're going to do it together, and we're not going to get liquidated at least. At least you will be able to sell on your way out. But I think that this definitely should have woken some people up into saying, hey, how should I position my portfolio moving forward, right? During the next pump? Like, do I want to be all in Ethereum? Do I want to be all in Solana? Do I want to be all in XRP? Maybe you do want to be all in XRP. Do I want to have some stable coins in case there's another flash crash? Do I want to leverage trade? Do I want to hold meme coins? Like, it should open your eyes, but we are recovering nicely. I know people are like, oh my God, we're at a night. First off, we're at a $97,000 Bitcoin. Yeah. We used to pray like for times like this, and 98,000, excuse me. And I do expect us to recover even more strongly here today. So we made it through the worst of it. Will we trade downwards from here? Possibly. There's a chance, but I do believe the upside is here. And we will see some positive price action, especially as more bullish cryptocurrency news comes out from the Trump administration.
No, I agree. Like we always say this in crypto, we have short memories. If the market starts to rip like fat, I think everybody will forget. If Ethereum smashes through all-time highs, people will forget about all the shit we've been talking about ETH over the last year. And that's the beauty of crypto, I think. But obviously, when the market starts to dump, people's emotions get all crazy and whatnot. But I'm still bullish on crypto long term. And like Jake said, hey man, if it dumps, if it goes to zero, we're going to zero together, and we'll be streaming from a cardboard box somewhere downtown in Tampa.
It's part of the game. But yeah, I mean, this was expected. I expected a violent retracement. Yep. I didn't know when it was going to happen. Like I said, I didn't think it was going to happen in week 3 of Trump's presidency. But this is what happened in 2021. How many times have we given that example, Rodney, where we went from $64,000 down to $30,000? How many times have we given that example?
Oh, so I mean, to be
100.
Honest, yeah. I thought we were going to retrace way worse than this. I mean, it could be the worst. May not be here yet, but I thought it'd be crazy.
The worst day is in. I mean, I'm not saying that we're not going down any further, but the worst day is in. I mean, there's no way we go back to back worst days in crypto history. If it is, I'm fucking calling it in. Like if our meme coins drop another 50% from here, there ain't no way. But I believe that the worst is over. Like I said, we've rebounded nicely. I don't know if you were on the stream. Go ahead and pull this up. When I shared this tweet here, this is from Charles Hoskinson. He says, to give you a sense of how big the upcoming bull market is for crypto, we just observed a downturn that was larger than the collapse of Luna and FTX and C19 and have already nearly recovered. Look at these numbers, bro. $710 billion in losses and 740,000 traders liquidated in 24 hours. I believe it was $8 to $10 billion liquidated. So it was just like this cascading effect, right? Obviously, the Trump tariffs caused the markets to crash. That caused the liquidations to set in, which caused more liquidations to set in, which caused panic selling beyond belief, people selling the bottoms. It was just like this cataclysmic effect. Whereas literally, I didn't check the markets, bro, for like 36 hours. I turned my phone off on Friday night, turned my phone on Saturday, didn't check the markets till Sunday morning when I woke up. And I was just like, what the fuck happened? Like I had to catch back up. It was some wild shit. But as Charles Hoskinson says, who is very, very smart. I think he's been in about 4 or 5 cycles. He says, to give you a sense of how big the upcoming bull run is, we just observed a downturn that was larger, that was the worst in history, and we have already nearly recovered. Haven't recovered fully, nearly recovered, and I believe that we do recover a little bit more strongly here as the week goes on, guys, as the month goes on. So we took some time off as I was traveling, and we are back. We'll be back tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday?
Yes. Wednesday.
Tomorrow's Thursday. We'll be back Thursday, Friday for some more streams. Hopefully we have some more bullish news, guys. But whether red days, green days, it doesn't matter. We will be live streaming. Shout out to everybody that watches on X. Shout out to everybody that watches on Instagram, TikTok, all the different platforms. We appreciate you guys. Over 10,000 people on X have tuned in. Hopefully some positive price action this week. If not, we'll be back regardless. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all then.
Peace.
Peace, everybody.